All right, welcome everybody to our next session. Today we are going to be looking at application load balancer, and we are going to be seeing the difference between application load balancer and classical load balancer. Last time we did classic load balancing, and we understood what is classic load balancing because we said it is all about balancing the traffic that is flowing from one computer to another. All right, today we are going to be looking at application load balancer. What is the difference between network load balancer and application load balancer? Okay, take a look. Now, when you create your website, please, when you create your website, let's go to a website like Google. When you create your website, now if you see google.com, this is the page, this is the welcome page that comes up. Okay, this is the welcome page that comes up when you click google.com. Now, but if I go to Gmail, if I go and click on Gmail here, the next thing that will come will be what? I will have google.com slash, look at what is happening, slash mail, slash mail. I first of all have google.com, then it follows now with slash mail slash u slash o. All right. Now, how does application load balancer works? Application load balancer, just like the name says, will direct traffic. In technological terms, we call it will route traffic. Will route traffic towards a particular application that is found in a particular computer. That means the application load balancer is going to route traffic to a particular application that is found in a particular computer. This is what we are talking about. We have a computer like this, and we have another one like this one. Now, inside this computer, there is a folder inside here, and inside this computer, there is a folder inside here. Now, this is an application. Let's call this one School Manager. It's an application inside the hard drive called School Manager. This one also is another application, the same application, School Manager, inside this other computer. But there are other applications inside this computer. There are other applications of this magnitude. We have different applications. But now, there is a load balancer that we want to operate. There is a load balancer that we want to operate. This load balancer needs to route traffic to this application. I don't know what is happening to my system. This load balancer needs to route traffic to this particular application. Okay, and route traffic to this other particular application. And then those are the two applications that the load balancer needs to route traffic to. All right. So the traffic is coming from the internet. Something is definitely wrong somewhere. My drawings do not want to be coming out. I don't know why. All right. The traffic is coming from somewhere from the internet. Now, what happened with classic load balancer? Please look at the difference between application load balancer and classic load balancer very well. Look at the difference between application load balancer and classic load balancer. With classic load balancer, the load balancer sends the traffic to this computer and sends the traffic again to this computer, right? This is the classic load balancer. It sends traffic to this computer and sends it again to this computer. So what happens? What happens is that the traffic just comes to these two computers irrespective of where they are moving to. Traffic just comes to these two computers irrespective to where. So this, for a classic load balancer, it will just take traffic and put to this computer, take traffic and put to this computer. It does not care whether the traffic is going to where. It does not care whether you are going to, you are visiting but this room of or this room, because in a computer there can be so many applications installed in that computer, right? You can have a computer like this. You have so many applications installed. You have your Microsoft system installed here. You have your Photoshop installed here. You have your games installed here, right? You have several things installed in your computer. So if they route traffic directly to your computer, yes, the traffic, people will enter your computer, but where are they going to go? When they will enter your computer, which particular area are they moving to? So you see that classic load balancer was not that much intelligent. It is not that much intelligent. So they have come now with application load balancer. For application load balancer, it will route traffic to a particular folder inside your computer. Application load balancer does not just take traffic and throw in your computer. No, it takes traffic and put it in a particular folder inside your computer. Okay, so while classic load balancer just takes traffic and put in your computer, application load balancer takes traffic and put inside a particular folder or inside a particular application in your computer. All right, so that is what we are going to be doing today. That is what we are going to be seeing, how to route traffic to a particular folder in a computer. That is what we are going to be doing today. That is what all what application load balancer is meant to do. So your notes are there. You read them at your will. We will not need to be going through the notes. I think the explanation is clear. Let's hit directly to the lab. All right. We create our. We will need to work with. We need to work with Windows machines. So we create our two Windows machines. Let's create two Windows. We are going to create what type of machines? Windows servers. We'll create the first one. Server 1. Server 1. It should be a Windows machine. T2 micro. You choose your key pair. You choose your security group. Now, I gave you the bootstrap for Windows Server. I don't know how many people actually completed that task. Nobody ever came to me and said I failed or I succeeded. I don't know how many people concluded the task. I gave you the bootstrap for Windows Server and I asked you guys to work on it. But I didn't get any feedback.
I tried getting to you, sir. I
Pardon?
complained. I had a problem with it. I had a complaint. I forwarded the complaint to you, right?
All right, let's see how we use this is the bootstrap for Windows Server, and I gave the bootstrap to you guys. You needed just to use it the way we use the bootstrap for Linux, right? You copy your bootstrap. What is going to be broadcast in this bootstrap? What is going to be the output? The output will be first web page is healthy. That is the output of what is going to be inside our website. First web page is healthy. So we copy this bootstrap and then we go right down, advanced, and we paste it where there is user data. That is what I said. And you launch your machine. As easy as that. We create a second machine. That one was server 1. We create a second machine, server 2. Now in our server 2, we put also another bootstrap. So you see that using bootstrap is very easy than configuring the server by yourself. But you just copy your bootstrap and you paste. What would this bootstrap say? This bootstrap is going to say that this other one is going to say that what? Second web page is healthy. That's what this bootstrap is going to say. Second web page is healthy. So once you paste it here, you launch your machine. Now this is our server 1, this is our server 2. Okay, how do we see our server 1 is already running? Let's check whether it is actually configured. We take our public IP address and we put here and we press enter. Of course, we should not understand that Windows machines take some time for their servers to come on. So you have to give them that period of time for their servers to come on. While we are waiting that their servers should come on, we should try to log into the machines. We remember that the average period for a Windows server to generate a password is 4 minutes. So we want to generate the password for server 1. Get password, upload. Now I have my PEM key pair decrypt. I copy my password. Here's my password. And then the IP address for this password should be Here it is. All right. So I can try to log into the machine now. The username for all Windows machine is administrator. Okay, our password is accepted. Our server is not yet running. However, we are getting in there to see what is happening. All right, we go ahead. We know where our servers always get installed. They always get installed at a folder called inetpop. So that is where we are heading to. We want to go to inetpop to see whether we can see our server configured and installed. Our direction is inetpop. All right, this is a new server that just got installed. So we can delete all these ones. All right, let's see if our server is functioning. All right, first web page is healthy. Our server now is functioning very well. Okay, now this is what is happening inside this computer. This is what is happening inside this computer. Take a close look at what is happening here. All right, this is the folder that says that first web page is healthy. Here is the folder. All right, now what if we create another folder and give a name? We'll create another folder and we give a new name to that folder, and then we create a web page and put inside that folder. How shall we be able to access that web page? Because here we are accessing this index.pub directly with the IP address. We'll just access it directly with the IP address. But now, how can we access an a page that is found inside another folder? Let's call this folder custom. Right, now we enter inside the folder. We enter inside the folder and we create another web page. Let us try to create another web page, please. How do we create another web page? We open a notepad file. We are inside our virtual machine, don't forget. Okay, we open a notepad file and then we write Shift V H1, Shift V closes. I can write content in page, and then I close it by Shift V /H1. I close it by Shift V close. Now, where do I store it? First of all, how do I store it? I store it as index.html, where inside the custom folder that I just created. So I want to store this file inside the custom folder that I created. And before storing, you remember that the name must be index.html, and then the form is type should be all files. When you choose all files, then you come now and you browse where you want to save your file. You browse and make sure you save your file in the right location. I want to save my file in C drive, in NetPub, www.root, and inside custom. That's where I want to save my file. Now I save the file. Okay, I'm done with the file. All right, now I come to, remember that,
Excuse me, sir.
yes, you can go ahead.
Sir, it seems as there's an error there, sir.
An error at what level?
That command that you just type, sir.
How did I type the command? The command to configure the web page.
Yes, sir.
I use the command. This is the command I used. I use the command, this one, H1. and then I wrote something, then I finished by H1.
Because sir, after the H1, you have to put this thing now, that bar now.
After the
I don't know how
H1,
to call it. Yes, sir.
this one, you put
It's
it,
not more showing, sir. You have stopped sharing your screen, sir.
I stop sharing my
It's not
screen.
showing.
Pardon?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You have stopped sharing the screen.
Are we able to see now?
But it's only showing that you are presenting, sir. Yes, you are seeing now.
Okay, look at this. This is the command now to write inside a web page. You begin with h1 hyphen and you close with /h1.
But sir, I was saying with that first H1, it's not there is not slash before H, sir.
No, 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 no. At the beginning, there is no slash. Let's try and see whether we did it wrong or not, because I might be wrong and I don't know. So let's just try and see. So let's put our let's put our public IP /custom. Now, what are we trying to do? You understand what we are trying to do here? We are entering this IP address, but we are forwarding the traffic to the custom folder. Are you seeing? We saw the page. This is a content page that we have just seen. And now when we remove the custom folder, we come back to our initial page that we had. You get it? We come back to our initial page that we had. Then when we put the custom folder /custom, make sure that if you write in capital letters, you should write here in capital letters. When we write /custom, we come now to the page that we just created. So this is a new page that we just created. So the idea behind this is that there can be some applications that are stored inside computers, and that those applications will need to be exposed to the internet, but not the whole computer being exposed to the internet. And now they will ask you in an exam situation that what type of load balancer will you need to use if you want to have access to a particular data in a particular location. Either the location is an application or the location is a folder. So what type of a load balancer will you need to use? Of course, you will answer that you will need to use an application load balancer, because an application load balancer will route traffic to a computer and target a particular folder where it is going to meet that inside that computer. So that's the power of elastic load balancer. But here we have not yet created any application load balancer, please. Here we have not yet created the application load balancer. You see that we are still just doing things with the hand. All right, the thing is still manual. So we have to also sign into the second machine. We need to first of all generate the password of the second machine. We load our key. We decrypt it, and here is our password. So here is the password for our second machine. And what about its IP address? Here is its IP address. So we get to the second machine. All Windows machine have users as administrator. All right, our system has been configured and we are signing in. Our direction is we are going under the inetpop folder. We are going to delete the default web page that is there, and then we are going to create another folder there, and in that folder we are going to create a web page and put there. So that is our task. Let's get it done. Sorry for the sluggishness. I decided to use Camtair today to see how its performance is, but technically it is still really very slow. So tomorrow we are going to have a very stiff encounter. I don't know about any football fans here. Because the match is going to be very competitive.
No, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
And I don't want that we hurry up in the class because we want to go and see the match. So if we cannot put the class earlier than that, then the class of tomorrow might be. We have two choices. All right, these are the two original websites that are there. So we delete them. And what do? We create a folder. Let's call this folder this time test. It's a test folder. Now let's enter inside the folder and we create now a file in Notepad. Of course, it is a file that we are going to write our web page. So in our web page, let's write this h1 second content. Okay, just write anything, and then /h1. That is how you close your web page. So you save your web page. Is this web page inside my machine, or I want to make sure that this web page is inside my machine? I hope so. All right, we save. And remember that you always save as index.html. And your type should be all files. And then where do you save? You save, you browse where you are going to save, please. You save in local drive C under inetpub www root and then test. This is where you save this file.
I'm not seeing anything, sir.
You're not seeing? Why?
I'm seeing only local things, sir.
Why are you not seeing? Let me try to increase the size here. All right. So we have created another folder and we have stored in the test file. This is it. We have stored in the test file. This is the file that the test folder. This is the file that we have just stored inside this folder. Let's test and see if it is functioning. We take our IP address here and we test. First of all, the IP address directly. Okay, second web page is healthy. Now, as the second web page is healthy, /test. Is it also functioning? Good, it is functioning. Second content is okay. All right. Next, we have finished configuration of the savers. What we are going to do now is we want to create this is what we are going to be doing. In order to create an application load balancer, the application load balancer does not go directly to the machines. No, it doesn't go directly to the machines. This is what happens. The application load balancer first of all goes to another resource. It first of all goes to another resource which we call, where's my drawing disturbing me this evening? My village people have decided to visit me this evening. Okay, let's just use this one. All right, this is what the application load balancer does. This is what we call a target group. So for each machine that is set up, there will be a target group for that machine. So the machine talks with the application load balancer. The machine talks with the target group, please. Then the target group talks with the application load balancer before the application load balancer talks now with your external environment. That's how it occurs. So what are we going to first of all do? We are first of all going to set up a target group. This target group like this, we are first of all going to set up this target group. After we set up this target group, then the next thing is we will set up this application load balancer. Okay, so the idea is set up a target group. First of all, create your two machines and configure them. Then secondly, set up your target group. When you set up your target group, then your target group now will communicate with your load balancer. Those are the three things we do. Number one, set up target group. Number two, link your target group to your instances. And then number three, link your target group to your load balancer. That's what we are going to do right now. So we are first of all going to set up our target group. Here is the target group that we are going to be setting. You go down here, you will see under load balancing, you will see target group. Let me bring it closer for you. Under load balancing, you see target group here. And then you create target group. Your target group should be instances. Your port should be port 80. Don't change from this port 80. You come down to health check. I think we did something about health check. You all know what all the health check is. Your traffic is should be port health check. We put number of consecutive health check success required before considering an unhealthy target. We did all these things. So I hope everybody know the right meaning of every configuration. If you don't know, please, it is very important to know. All right, next we give the target group name. Let me give target 1. All right, we are creating the first target group. Now they are asking us the target group that you have just created, which computer do you want to link to? It is target group 1, so I will link it to server 1. Take care of this place, please. Target group 1 link to server 1, and then you click this include here. Include as pending below, right? When you include as pending below, then you come and say create target group. Your target group, your first target group is created. This is the target group, please. Target 1 is created. I want to create a second target group. Everything being okay. Target group name, target 2. Target 2. All my health checks, please make sure that you understand everything about your health checks. Next, you choose your second machine now, server 2, and then include as pending below, create target group. Now we have created the target group. We have created a target group. The next thing to create is load balancers. That's the order in which you create. You create your computers first, you create your target group second, then you create your load balancer third, right? Create load balancer. Which type of load balancer are we creating today? We are creating an application load balancer. So here is our application load balancer that we are going to create. Create application load balancer. Now, give our load balancer name, Windows load balancer. Now, when you are giving the application load balancer name, please, it will always ask you for your VPC. Take the default VPC, then you choose all the regions, all the sub regions that are there, you choose them, all of them. Then for security group, you choose the security group that you created the computers with it. I remove the default security group and I've put the security group in which I created the computers with it. You come down. Now here is where you are going to choose a listener. They say HTTP port is 80. Forward to select target group. Now here you are going to select target 1. Now take note of this very place, please. You should not add another listener here. If you add another listener here, because you are going to, it's like you are sending traffic from one load balancer to 2 machines, and you have taken the first machine, which is target 1. Now you could be tempted of adding listener here, but if you try to add listener here, this port will change. But we want to add 2 machines to be using 1 port, so we should not click this add listener here. You create everything and then you edit the load balancer. So create the load balancer first. Always come and create the load balancer first. After you must have created the load balancer, then you go now to load balancer and then you edit it. You edit now your load balancer. When you are trying to edit your load balancer now, you edit it in such a way that you are going to add the second listener, that is the second target group. Remember that you had already linked the target groups to the computers, right? So this is your load balancer now. What are you going to do with this your load balancer now? You are going to edit it, right? You click on listeners. When you click on listener now, you come down to choose a port, come down to edit, and then when you come down to edit now, you will see this little pencil here. If you are not careful here, you will not see. You see this little pencil here. You click on the pencil and then now you will see the place to add the second target group. Add target group 2. Then now this is the percentage in which traffic is being routed. So you put it at 50-50, that all of them should have equal traffic. Don't forget to put it at 50-50. All right. Then you click here on your update now. Now your load balancer has been created. So what have we done? We have created our EC2 instance. We have created a target group, and we link these two target groups to the two EC2 instances that we have created, and then we link now a load balancer to the target group, and then now we are going to route traffic to the internet through the load balancer. How are we going to do that? Come to description, you take the DNS of the load balancer. When you take the DNS of the load balancer, this is the DNS of the load balancer. I put here. Now, if I just click enter, the first thing is it already active? Because you have to wait until your load balancer is active. Is our load balancer active? Let us wait and see the status of our load balancer, please. If your load balancer is not yet active, nothing will show up. Nothing, please. Okay, this is our load balancer. Here it is active. All right. Since it is active now, we are sure now that it can work. This is it already working. Take note that we are no more putting but the public IP. We are putting now but the DNS of our load balancer. And when we put it, it shows us second web is healthy, first page is well healthy. It functions the same like classic load balancer at this moment. But now the beauty of it is that if you come now, you want to go directly to your custom folder. You click /custom and you click / enter. You see it carries you directly to a different computer. Okay, this load balancer now links those two computers that we had created, so it carries you directly to a different computer. And if you put test here, it carries you again to another different computer. If I put test here, it will carry me again to a different computer. Second content is okay. So that is the power of load balancing, application load balancer. It is just to tell you that it will fluctuate in between the folders of computers located in different computers, maybe in different regions, without having any problem. One load balancer will link two computers and expose them to the internet. So much so that like those of you that play the American lottery, you discover that so many people were saying that the server is blocked. The server could not ever be blocked. Benz, were you waiting? I'm sure you won. You are laughing.
Well, who, sir?
You did not win the American lottery.
Do I have relationship?
American lottery needs relationship. You guys are spoiled in Cameroon. How can you say American lottery needs relationship? Like those of you who play the American lottery, I heard so many people saying that the servers are not working. The servers were working. The American servers are launched in the cloud and they were working 100%. Whether the whole world decided to lock into those servers, the servers will be functioning. Why would the servers be functioning? The reason is because the servers are using what we call auto scaling. We will come to auto scaling and you will understand. The servers are using what we call auto scaling. As many people as are entering the server, many servers are being created, and the load balancer is redistributing the traffic according to the number of servers that are being created. Even if everybody in the world decided to log into the American servers at the same time, they will have their access. That is the power of the cloud. That's what we call elasticity at the level of the cloud. Okay. Now, for those of you who create resources and you do not know how to delete them, when you create this architecture of application load balancer, this is how you have to delete. Look at it very well. You start deleting from the load balancer first. You start deleting from the load balancer. If you start deleting from target group, it won't delete. You start deleting but from the load balancer. You click on the load balancer, select it. When you select it, you make sure that it is green here. You go to actions and then you come to delete. You delete the load balancer. After the load balancer has been deleted, the second thing to delete now is the target group. You go to target group, you click on your target group. There are two target groups there. You click on them, the two target groups. You click on actions and then you click on delete. After you must have completed deleting your target group, then now you go to your instances. You take your first instance, take your second instance, and then you click on instance state and you click on terminate instance. Aditya, I hope you saw that very well.
Yes, I did.
Thank God you did. All right, any question, please? Any question? A class of students who hardly ask question. Declan, are you there?
Excuse me. Yes, don't worry.
Yes. Can we hear your worry?
I get me.
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah, it is not. It's not about the class of today. It's when I was focusing on creating an EC2, another EC2 user on
Yeah.
Linux.
Yes.
Yes, I was able to create the first user, but creating the second user, I wasn't able to log in. I don't know why.
You know that creating the second user in Linux, you are not going through all the steps again, right?
Yes.
When you create the first user, you must have already created your touch keys, and then you just need to use those touch keys to create the second user, the third user, and as many users as you want. So your problem was that you created the first user and logged in using the first user, but you could not be able to create a second user, or you
Yes,
created but you are not unable to log in with.
I created. Yes, I was unable to log in with.
Now, if you created a user and you are unable to log in using that particular user, then there is a problem with the keys, with the touch keys that you used in creating that user. Might be you went and created a different touch key. So the thing is, all the users that you are creating, when you create the first user, you align all the other users behind that particular touch key.
Okay.
Yes, might be if you come early tomorrow, you might share your screen and then we also try to help you.
Okay, sir.
Better still on Wednesday, please, because as we said, tomorrow
Okay.
might be a very
Uh, yes, an interesting evening.
Tomorrow is an interesting evening, yeah. So we should not deceive ourselves. There is something about learning. You should not learn as if you
Yes.
are going to die. Okay? But you should learn with passion and learn enjoyably. So it is going to be absolutely inappropriate for us to be sitting here claiming that we are in class while we are hearing people shouting there and we want to know what is happening. It's not going to be concentrating. So we take tomorrow and we relax.
Sir.
So on Wednesday, Declan, you come early to class and you share your screen. Let's see how what we can do for the issue of the EC2. Is that clear?
Okay, yes, sir.
All right, guys.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, is it possible to create an EC2 without a security group, sir?
Without
A security group.
is it possible to create an EC2 without a security group? You will not be able to. They will ask you to link that particular EC2 to a security group. You cannot create an EC2 without
So
a
because
security group.
I watched the video on, I think it was on placement group. You created one machine without using a security group, sir.
If you are creating a machine without using a security group, please, that machine is going to create its own security group automatic. If you did not select that it should use an existing security group, it is going to create a security group automatically. You get it? You get that? A machine cannot be
Yes, sir.
created. A machine cannot be created without a security group. It's impossible. Once you are creating a machine, if you go creating machine, you will see that you should edit the security group or you should use the default security group, and the default security groups are always named launch wizards. You see launch wizard 1, launch wizard 2, launch wizard 3. So if you do not give a particular name or say that you should use an existing security group, it is going to create a default security group, maybe launch wizard 7. All right.
Yes, sir.
So it is not possible to.
So, and
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you, sir, why creating the application load balancer or any load balancer? Can we why in the step really just create it using the bootstrap, sir?
No. Application load balancing is architecture. It is architecture. There is no shortcut about it. Now, when you want to learn the shortcut about it, that will be at the higher level when you are now using Terraform. Terraform is a DevOps tool that you write only code and execute, and all these things that we are creating and linking gets created. Okay, that one now is
Yeah.
that one is not at your level right now, where you use Terraform and write code and then just execute, and all these things get created.
So and it's only for it's only for application load balancer, or you can use it for classic load balancer.
Everything in the cloud. You use Terraform to create everything in the cloud.
No, sir. No, sir. I mean for the bootstrap, sir.
For Bootstrap, no, you can use.
Yes, as we're saying that.
No, please, the Bootstrap that I use for Windows. Are you talking about the Bootstrap that I use for Windows?
So I'm asking if why creating the classic load balancer, if you can use to the bootstrap, sir.
Yes, you can use the Bootstrap. You can use the Bootstrap that we used. There's no problem with that. You can use the Bootstrap.
But for application, you can.
Both application load balancer and classic load balancer, you can always use the Bootstrap. to be faster, if you are, especially if you are using the Windows operating system, you use a bootstrap to go faster, because the time for the system to load and all whatnot, it consumes a lot of time. So when you use a bootstrap, it is a bit faster.
That's what I was asking, sir. That if you want to create a server to after create the application load balancer, if while creating the server, you can use the bootstrap.
Yes, you can do that. You can do that. It's possible. It's possible.
That's what I wanted to know, sir. Because now you just you did not use the bootstrap. You went gradually, sir.
I did not use a bootstrap.
Yes, sir. Because you went into the machine before. Oh,
No,
I'm sleeping.
I used the bootstrap in creating the application load balancer, the servers. I use a bootstrap, but when I use the bootstrap, right, the bootstrap created one
Yes.
page. The bootstrap created one page. So now I needed to add the second folder with the second page. That's when I entered now
Yes.
and added the second folder with the second page.
Sir, because for this class, I don't really understand well. I think I'll see you go back and watch the video, sir.
No, you take time and watch the video. When creating, I used the bootstrap, and the bootstrap created one folder and one page. Now I entered now inside the virtual machines. I added another folder and another page, right, to show you how
I see now, sir.
the application load balancer is functioning now. When you use the application load balancer without forwarding traffic to a particular folder, it will show you but that page that was created with the bootstrap. But when you use now / and then you include now the page that I created later, that is when now you see now the particular page coming up, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
you use the bootstrap, but when you want to add the second page, you have to enter manually and add it.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. All right. Good night to everybody. Have a blessed night. I'm sure this video is going to be more than an hour long. I don't want videos to be that long because I know that you guys are not going to watch all of it. It is already 1 hour 7 minutes. So guys, good night. See you guys on Wednesday.
Good night, sir.